Welcome. Did you bring her blanket?
I know.
Blanket and a pillow? Yeah. I can't guarantee I'm going to make any sense today when I speak, but we're going to try our best. Yeah. Any other jackets to check in the code check? Energize your arms forward, guys. Spread your palms. Begin to feel. Take a deep breath in. Press a loud breath out. You could do better than that. Inhale full. Exhale loud. There we go. Now we're talking. Now seal your lips and begin the breath of Ujjayi breathing. You're all very familiar with that. Inhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose to the back of the throat. And don't get too caught up on it, but check back in every now and again and just make sure that you're trying to use that breath. It will definitely help. Chin away from chest, front of the forehead resting on the mat. Begin to feel your low back melting into the ground. Begin to feel the sides of your triceps engaging. Spread your palms wide, your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger. Press up onto all fours in tabletop position. Slide the hands so they're more underneath the shoulders. I like the toes curled into the mat, but your tops of the feet could be flat, so you pick. Inhale, sink the spine down and look forward. Just a few basic movements to get ourselves going here. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. Good, cat and cow. Inhale, sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, rounding the spine deeply, looking in. Keep going just like that on your breath. Begin to feel, breathe, move, and arrive. Take 2 more cycles, please. Yeah. And then you'll come to a flat back tabletop position and just pause. Great. Curl the toes into the mat if they're not already done. You've not already done so. Lift the knees and let the knees just hover an inch. Good. Just hovering them an inch. Begin to feel the pit of the belly draw in. Start to lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So first I want to start in a regular downward facing dog. Take up a lot of space on the mat. So widen the position of your hands. That's definitely going to help a lot of our shoulders, neck. Index fingers forward, a little turned out. Pam has her hands on blocks. That's actually a great resource to use if you feel like things are a little short and tight this morning. So know that that's always an option. Feet relatively hip width distance-ish. Yeah, knees can bend a little bit or a lot depending on how you feel, right? You never know what you're going to get when you come to your mat. So be open-minded. Spread your toes wide and then begin to feel the backside of the body lift up. Good. And then spread those toes, but let the heels begin to melt. Good. Come all the way up onto your tippy toes, high up onto the tippy toes. As you come high up onto the tippy toes, let the shoulders move more away from your ears and let the outer triceps begin to kind of plug in. Good. Keep the lift and then start to let the backside of the body drop slow. So do it really slow so you begin to feel. Good. One more time. High up onto the tippy toes. Just begin to feel that lift. The hips lift high. Keep the hips lifting high and then slowly start to let the toes spread and the heels melt and see if you get a little bit more bandwidth across the body. Great. You're then going to shorten your down dog. So take a couple steps in. But when you take a couple steps in, I want you to take your feet wide. So the hands and the feet are a little wider. Take your feet almost as wide as the mat. And then bring it in so the feet are completely flush to the ground. So it's not a forward fold, but it's a shorter down dog. And just feel here. Yeah. Take a little bit longer, tiny bit longer, just so we can work on getting the round out of the back. That's it. Good. You're going to take your right hand to somewhere across the left shin thigh area, and you're going to hold. Now, you're going to look underneath the left armpit if your neck and your chest lets you do that. It's like a little bit of a gentle twist. You may need to soften the knee of the right side. Yes. Breathe. Unravel the right palm down. So first you reset. Then you take your left hand across. If you did the wrong side or I said the wrong thing, just do the opposite. Perfect. Look underneath the right armpit. So I don't care where you're grabbing on your leg. It could be high up, it could be low down. If you're more flexibility, it's lower down, but try to grab the outside, somewhere along the outside of the leg. That's it. Look underneath that armpit. You may need to bend your left leg a little. Yeah. Breathe. Come back to neutral, palm down. Pause. Walk out regular down dog. Regular down dog. Feet come a little bit more closer together. Hands find their position. Good. Come high up onto your tippy toes. Then in that lift of your tippy toes lifted and your hips lift high, I want you to come forward to your first plank. So like a real big wave. Good. So you just kind of roll out. Now you're really on your tippy toes and you're in plank position. The pit of the belly draws in. Your neck stays neutral. Your breath is with you. You're hugging into the center line. You're fixing your eyes on something that's not moving, which is hard for a lot of us because our brains are constantly moving. So connect. Little bit more weight forward. This looks good. Hips go up and back, down dog. So I sense a little bit of suffering. We're going to see if we can kind of like get that out of the way. Plank position. So just roll forward, but envision yourself like with a lot of momentum. Come forward. Plank. Neck neutral. If you modify your push-ups, please drop your knees. Halfway to a push-up. Less is more here. Elbow slide by your side body. Neck is neutral. Plank position in one piece. Oh boy. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back. If you're in the back row, just be careful of this wooden shelf. Yeah. When you lift your leg, keep your hips squared, point your right toes. Come forward and hug your right knee towards your navel. Give it a good squeeze. Give it a good squeeze in. Arms are straight up and down. Your eyes are looking forward. Step the right foot forward and through. Come to your fingertips. Spring to the top of the mat, even though you might not feel so springy. Long spine. When you come to your fingertips, hands could also come to your shins. There you go. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Here we go. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Big step back, right foot and then left foot. Halfway to a push-up that works best for you, please modify. So it's not about going the deepest and the furthest in here. It's about listening to your body. Plank position. Hips go up and back, down dog. Good. Breathe your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. When you lift, try not to fling your leg in space. Lift with integrity. Point the toes. Come forward, hug your left knee in. Look forward with your eyes. Step the left foot forward and through. Bring to the top of the mat. Long spine, hands come resting your shins. That work great. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Again, arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step, step to plank. Halfway to a push-up. Nice. Up dog or cobra, pick your poison. Press even through hands and feet. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. You can step, float, skip, crawl. There's no judgment, so do what works. Long spine when you arrive. Fold in half. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. All right, we're coming together slow. Arms up, straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. You could step, step. If you're going to float, you're going to land light into a low push-up. Up dog is smooth. Press even. Try not to jerk your neck back. Hips go up and back, down dog. Each one gets a little better. At least we tell ourselves that, okay? Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top we go. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step, step, or float. That was good, Meg. That was an easy, nice little hop back. Up dog, smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Building some momentum. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top we go. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees. Forward fold. Long spine sets you up. Step or float through your vinyasa. Just smooth operation now. Up dog. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. I know you're having fun. Come forward to plank, right knee to the back of the right tricep, but try not to take your hip out of alignment. So it may not go all the way there. Right knee to the center. Right foot forward and through into a low lunge. Arms alongside the body. Hover. Yeah, when you do this, palms face down, shoulders kind of squeeze down the back, and your right hip has a tendency to like want to steer forward, so steer it back a little. Zip up your inner thighs. Rise crescent lunge. Come on up. You got it. If the lower back is sensitive, you could tip your torso forward a little. That's it, just a little bit. And you can soften your back knee or just have the knee down. Okay. Perfect. Shoulders drop down the back. Brittany, can you steer your right hip back and your left hip forward? There you go. And then sit deeper into your front thigh. So sometimes these static holds are, the most challenging because you get into your head and you're like, I just want to go. I just want to move. But being still is where we have those moments or a moment. Hands to the earth, pause, come to your fingertips. You're going to step your left foot in front of your right foot at the top of the mat. You may need to creep your right foot a little more center to do that. Come to the fingertips, long spine, and then fold in half over your legs. This is why I said have some blocks at the top, just in case you feel like pulling on your low back or your arms got short. Yeah. Bend a little behind your knees and bring a tad more weight forward. There you go. Neck is nice and neutral, hanging down. Your breath is guiding you. Relax the jaw and just be here. So you're going to use these blocks, okay? Come to the fingertips, long spine. You may want to place the blocks medium or high, depending on your hamstring flexibility. Your right foot's going to stay where it is. Your left leg's going to unwind into warrior three using the block. Yes, I want you to use the blocks. You keep your torso really, really long. Your side body is long. Yeah, Chrissy, it looks good. The blocks on the highest setting, honestly, are probably going to be the most effective. Right. What we don't want is our left hip opening. So on everything very neutral. I'll let you know if you're opening. Everyone looks pretty good. Good. Little bit of an up dog with the chest. Yeah, there you go. So I like to kind of work onto the fingertips when you're in this version. Squeeze those sides of the hips in. So just keeping that leg in space, soften the right knee a little. Giant step back, warrior one now. Yeah, so your hands have to come off the blocks as you anchor and then you rise. So another thing for the low back is you can take a wider positioning, not just the length, but the right foot more to the right. Yes, and that's going to give you space. Good. Warrior one, you're holding. Outer blade of your back foot is secure. Your right hip grips in, your left ribs pivot. Hands to the earth, plank position. When you hit your plank, halfway to your push-up, you're doing it slow and kind of charged up. Up dog, smooth, or cobra if you're taking that out. Hips go up and back, down dog. Together, we'll breathe the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Lift from your inner thigh. Come forward, left knee in the direction of the left tricep. Looks good. Neck is neutral. Arms are straight up and down. Straight into the center line. So just move the leg in towards the center line. Point your left toes. You're going to get a little bit more. Yeah. Step the left foot forward and through into a low lunge. Come to your fingertips. Secure your stance. Make sure it's long enough and wide enough. Bring your arms alongside your body and hover. Left hip has the nature to want to kind of pop out. Steer it under you. Rise, crescent lunge. Come up slow. Once again, I'll remind you of little things along the way. You can take your back knee and you can soften it. You could always drop it. You could tip your torso a tad forward if you feel any pulling in your low back. Be mindful and aware. That's the goal of the practice. Shoulders drop down the back. Feel the weight in that standing heel. Hands to the earth, pause. So before you just kind of bring that foot forward, walk your left foot a little bit more to the center of the mat, and then take your right foot and cross it in front of your left. The toes are together, the heels kind of pop apart a little. Long spine on the inhale breath, exhale, fold down the center. Use the blocks if the floor feels like it's, a little too far away. Let's see if this is going in order now. Yes. Anytime you forward fold in general, bend your knees. Looks good. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, let the head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Use those blocks. Set them up a little and forward in front of you, maybe on the highest setting. Unravel warrior three using the blocks, please. So soften the left knee and extend the right leg straight back. Yes, and really work on almost creating a little bit of an up dog. Looks good, Apu. Yep. I think we're on the wrong leg though. Yeah, switch legs and then you're back in biz. Back in biz. You got it. Perfect. So the weight wants to go into that left hip. Yeah, you want to keep everything nice and even. 2 more breaths. You're doing great. Giant step back. Do it slow. Warrior one. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle. Find the correct position for your body, then rise. Yeah. You want to get anchored. Before we move through our sun salutations, it's good to just feel grounded. Stay with it. Nice. Lower belly pulled in and up a little bit. There you go. Hands to the earth. Plank position. When you hit your plank, decide what you need, not what you want, what you need. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Okay, we're getting there. Look where you want to go. You're going to step, float, skip, or crawl, land light, top of mat. Long spine, fold in half. Find your chair. Feet could be together, a little separated if that feels a little better on your bod. Weights in the standing and your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. We'll wrap it all together here. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair. Sit way down. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up. Step or float through your vinyasa. You okay? Yeah, take the jewelry off. Up dog. There you go. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, root to rise, warrior one. I always find Vegas so funny. People in their outfits, to the floor we go, Chaturanga. I like bring one pair of sneakers. I don't care. Chaturanga, people are walking in these high heels. through the casino. Yeah, it's really a funny. And then there's all these deadheads, left foot forward, back foot turns. Everyone's in Hoka's and a Grateful Dead shirt. Yeah, I thought my parents were going to come out of the sphere wearing matching dead, t-shirts now. Chaturanga, next trip. Next trip. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine. Fold. Chair. Sit your weight in your heels. So as you do that, you notice your shoulders like want to creep up towards your ears. So see if you could relax them down a little. And then take that energy to shoot up to stand up and drag it to prayer. Arms go straight up. Reset. Sit deep chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let it go. Long spine sets you up, step or float through your vinyasa. So everyone's taking it a little different. There's no judgment. Make it feel right today. Down dog is where we meet, and then the right foot immediately steps. We want to build that momentum, warrior one. To the floor we go. If I'm moving too fast, you slow it down, you do you. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot anchors, rise. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Looks good. Very nice. Hit the dog, take an exhale breath. Good, then look where you want to go. Step or float to the top we go. Long spine, fold. Find the chair again, weights in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. One more for good luck. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels for chair. Sit way down. Fold over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up. Step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns. Root to rise, warrior one. Chaturanga push-up. Smooth transition through the back bend, whatever you're picking. When you hit your dog, the left foot lands, the back foot turns. Root to rise. Chaturanga push-up. To the floor we go. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Be still in your down dog for a few breaths. Quiet your mind and let yourself just feel. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine, fold, chair. In this chair, pick up your right foot and cross it over your left thigh. Yeah. And continuing the sitting. And then begin to pivot your torso way out. Extend the arms, and then fingertips come to the floor. Yeah, I want to do this before we do anything else today, just to see if we can get our hips a little bit more open. Yeah. If your foot has the capability of flexing around the outside of your left tricep, that's going to give you a nice little ledge to play with. Even if, you don't have to fly today, just begin to feel. Now, when you're here, just see if you can keep your chest a little bit more open. Yes, I'd have hands on blocks for the majority of you. Steer your hips back. Stay with it. So we're going to stay in that left leg. You're going to keep that right leg like it is for a sec. Come up nice and slow. Hands to your hips. Arms go up towards the sky. You're going to get out the same way you went in. Right foot right next to left foot. Chair pose. Sit deep. Yep. Float the left ankle over the top of the right thigh and continue to sit. Chair, ankle to knee. Tip forward with your torso. Find the length in the space and then come forward. Hands on blocks is probably going to be the best. Flex the left foot around the outside of that right tricep as much as you can. That's going to give you a nice little ledge. Steer your hips back. Yeah, think up dog with your chest a little. There you go. Weights in that standing heel. Good work, everybody. Come to the fingertips. Slide your hands to your hips. Come up slow. Arms up towards the sky. Left knee in. Step down. Just stand. Just stand. Arms alongside your body. Just stand for a moment and feel. Good job. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up. Step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Now we'll step our right foot forward for warrior two. Cartwheel right into it's going to feel a hell of a lot better than it would have. It's interesting. Majority of everyone's right side was so much tighter than their left side when we started. So let's see what we can do. Any better? Okay. Breathe across the front side of your body. Lengthen your tailbone and sit nice and deep. Roll the right thigh open. What I mean by that is the inside of your right knee rolls to the outside of your right baby toe. And as we hold this pose, sometimes you get annoyed, sometimes you get tired, you feel all sorts of things. So see if you can just kind of quiet the thoughts and just breathe. A little bit more breath to kind of feed the pose. Left ribs back, Jody, right ribs forward. Left ribs back. There you go. Other way. There you go. Left ribs back. Perfect. Straighten the front right leg on track. Pick your distance for triangle. I love when I get that. I'm told I can straighten my leg after holding warrior two. It's amazing. So this is like a big yawn, right? Lean back a little with your torso. Even a block. Sometimes you need to use a block and it's okay. Perfect. When you use the block, place it to the outside of the calf. It's going to bring the shoulder outside of the calf. Oh. Yep. It's going to bring the shoulder down the back. Yeah. Yeah, of course. That's what I'm here for. Every once in a while, you get a good, you get something. If you're lucky. Yeah. Brittany, it looks awesome. I just need you to take your torso and lean it back a tiny bit. And then everybody take the right hip and grip it in. Side ribs are long, neck is neutral. Yeah. Stay with it. Stay with it. Step up into Arda. Go right for it. Yeah. Use the block and slide it forward. If the neck starts to feel a little tired, that's the only negative of these poses, linking them together. Just look down for a second and then reset it. Right. Flex the left foot pretty sharp, or go ahead and bind if you feel like you want to go there. Andrew, looks good. Take your right ribs, everybody, and turn them. If you're kicking, the kick goes behind you, just reminding you of that. Soften the right knee a little. And if you lose it, you fall. There's always the opportunity to restart, try again, take it on a different way. Regular half moon, guys. Soften the right knee and step right back to warrior two. Warrior two, go for it. Ah, warrior two. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior, and find B variation of extended side angle. So the favorite on the inside, favorite variation, hand or arm is going on the inside of that right foot leg area. A block could be useful. Set it up with a block underneath the right hand if you need a little lift. Yes. Lean back into the inner part of your right thigh so your chest, your torso gets a nice opening. Top arm straight up or behind your back for a half or full bind, depending on you. Yeah, if you're going for the full bind, I'll just remind you, there should be some space between your right ribs and your right thigh. Yeah. Use the back of your right tricep to get in there. And the crown of the head is moving over your front right foot. 3 more breaths. Warrior 2 never gets old. Come on up. Warrior 2. Circle to the floor. Vinyasa of choice. Up dog is smooth if you're taking that on. Neck is neutral. Hips go up and back, down dog. Step the left foot smack in between your hands. Turn the back foot sharp. Warrior 2, here we go. You got a different view this time, so that's cool. Nice big yummy stance. Spread the collarbone and the chest nice and wide. From fingertip to fingertip, you're getting a nice big, like kind of action. Take a little bit of a longer step. Even bigger. Take up more space on the mat. There you go. Even more. It's bigger and longer than you think because you want to think of your tailbone dropping straight down like you're sitting in a squat pose. That's the best way I can describe it. Good. You're going to get a lot more bandwidth across the front side of the body. Sit a little deeper. And then close your eyes and like kind of go inward. Yeah. From the ground up, you energize. The shoulders have to drop down the back. And from fingertip to fingertip, you feel energy. Two more breaths. You got this. Feel the ground. It's got you. Straighten the left leg on track. Pick your distance and find your triangle. So depending on back situation, hamstring flexibility, some of us like it a little tighter and closer. Some of us like it a little longer. Right. A block to the outside of the calf. That looks great. A little lean back action, but you're not in your low back. These look awesome. It's like a big yawn. Your chest nice and wide open. Your neck is neutral. Side of your ribs are engaged. Obliques are engaged. Look down and step right up into your Ardha. So your body is set for it. So just shift your gaze for a second. Use that block and go for it. Jody Polk, do you know who this is? This is an oldie but goodie band. Back of our Vail, Colorado days. Okay. If you're binding, that's great. Go for it now. Kick buzz behind you. They played at Dobson Arena. Probably we were both there. Soften the left knee, everybody. There you go. Grip your bottom hip in. You have a few more breaths. No. Soften that front knee. Warrior 2, step back. Warrior 2, nice big yummy stance. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. B variation your way. Yeah. So arm to the top of the thigh. I'm just going to throw out a few little things for some of you. Arm can rest on that top of the thigh or hand could be on the inside on a block. That's it. Top arm straight up. If you're binding, the arm wraps behind your back. The full bind, you're going to go from that inside and wrap it under, but it's not for everybody. I don't remember. Probably the East Coast. Steer the chest back. Grip your bottom hip in. Amy looks very good. Strong right leg. And then reconnect with your breath. Warrior 2, here we go. Mo. Anyone know the band Mo? Yeah. They're still going. That's a new song. They're like 102. Circle it to the floor, plank position. Chaturanga push-up. You got this, guys. Up dog. Downward facing dog. This one's for Chrissy. Right foot forward, warrior one. Party's just getting started, guys. Warrior one, here we go. All right, we practiced our warrior three before. If you liked it with blocks, do that again. If not, pitch your torso forward and launch to warrior three. So I wanted to teach you early to use the blocks because it really is a great way to take it. I'd rather you be in that version than be in a sloppy version of this. Yes, back is sensitive, definitely use the block. So we want to get the low back neutral. That's it. So spin the left thigh down, everybody. Drag your hands to prayer and heart. Good. Revolved Arda. So left hand to the floor or block. If it's there, I'd use the block. Right hand on the flat part of the back. That's it. Look sideways and start to twist. Sorry, you just connected. Get out of this hip. You got it. Yeah, your hand staying on the flat part of the back is good because it gives you info. Top arm open towards the sky is kind of like the final, final step. Lift from that inner left thigh. Look sideways, look up. Right hand to the floor. Step the feet together. You know what's coming. Long spine. Fold. Chair pose, weights in your heels. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. You're going to hook and twist towards the right. If the back is kind of cranky, don't hook so much. Just kind of air twist. Totally fine. What you're aiming for is that your feet, your shins, your knees, your thighs, your hips are creating a even box. So everything else is kind of, follows. Pam, it looks nice. Spine nice and long. Look sideways, look up. Chair, pull it around. You guys are strong. You've done harder things. Float the right thigh over the left thigh. Wrap the right arm under eagle. So I wanted the goal of today's practice was to try to do every pose that I know. Yes. Weight in that standing left heel. Rather than yanking down on your arms, lift your elbows up. It's going to give you more of a subtle, effective stretch to the thoracic spine. Weights in that left heel. Squeeze the legs. Just unravel your arms. Just unravel your arms. And then unravel the right leg and step back. Warrior one. Welcome to the left side. Warrior one. For some reason, it didn't work out. Just switch legs. No one's looking. Yeah, you never know. Sometimes you just, get a little cockamamie. That's okay. Anywhere you want your arms, you're going to tip forward, warrior three. If the blocks worked well for you, please use them. Alignment is what we're aiming for. So if you feel like all the weight is dumping into the left hip, you can even just kind of skim the blocks with your fingertips. Yeah. The right leg lifts high enough that you can really begin to feel. That's it. Hands to prayer if they're not already there. Right fingertips to the block or the floor. Most of you need a block. Left hand to the flat part of your back. Begin the revolve twist. I didn't tell you this the first time, but if for some reason this doesn't work in your body, twisting triangle is the alternative, okay? Just so you know. Try not to look back, look sideways, look up, and it's going to keep everything very long. If your back leg feels tired, try and point the toe. See if that helps you out. Top arm open only if you feel you have the range of motion. Apu, it's looking good. Scissor those inner thighs. You're looking good. Left hand to the floor. Step to the top. Feet together. Long spine. Fold. Chair. Weights in your heels. Drag it to prayer. Pray for yourself here. Inhale. Twist towards the mirror. Sounded very Jersey. Less of a twist if you feel like it's taking you. Yep, someplace you don't want to be. The little aches and pains in our body are annoying, but they're also helpful because we learn different ways to take on our practice. We're constantly changing and evolving. Chair, pull it around. I'll take you out of your misery. Wrap the left thigh around the right thigh. Start with the legs and then follow it up with the arms. Your eagle standing on your right leg. Yes, the foot may not get all the way around your calf. So, you can use your toe to the floor. You could use a block. Lift the elbows up. Danielle, looks very nice. Alignment solid. Squeeze down the center line of your body. Breathe. Squeeze your legs very tight. Just unravel your arms. This time when you step back to crescent lunge. It's going to be easier. Yes, crescent lunge. You're high on the ball of the back foot. For some reason, the stance feels off. Just plant your hands to the floor, widen and position the feet so it works for you, okay? Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Before you just go for it, lean out way forward, create the length that you need, then see if you can hook the elbow and twist. If you need to modify, your back knee can drop. That's it. This is another pose that you want your back leg, if it's not lifted, very long. So take even a longer step. Yeah. And what we're shooting for is a very long torso and then the elbow hooks. Yeah. There you go. Point your right elbow towards the sky. Sometimes, what's helpful? Just, kind of press in. Looks good, everybody. You lean back a little with your torso, crown of the head kind of lines up with that back heel. Stay with it. A few more breaths. Andrea, take your torso, take your bun towards the mirror. Lean back. Hands to the floor, plank position. Lower your knees, your chest, your chin to the floor. Flipper forward to a baby cobra. There you go. Yeah, keep your feet down on the ground. Yeah, baby cobras, your feet down, and it's just a very little back bend. Neck is neutral. Perfect. Feet to heels, child's pose. The elongation that is happening from your hip all the way to your fingertip, we want to try and keep that, okay? Down dog, here we go. If you rest too much, it's over. Yeah, come on. Step the left foot forward, crescent lunge. This is it, my friends. You'll get good gifts after this, I promise. Crescent lunge. Okay, drag your hands to prayer. Don't just hook and twist. I want you to elongate. I want you to really find the space. The space comes from your back right heel. So think like you're going to go to warrior 3. You're almost just on your back toe. Then hook and twist. When you get that extension, it's going to feel a lot better in your body. There you go. Nice job. Back knee can always drop much better. It's fine. Yeah. You can even take it kind of just like as a passive lizard with your hands down and just get the back so as to lengthen. That's it. You're doing great. Lean back a little, everybody, and then reconnect with your breath. So less suffering and more feeling if you can for the last little bit. Try to enjoy ourselves. Hands to the floor. Pause. Take your hands to the instep of the left foot, okay? I want you to straighten your left leg. We're going to go down the center into a wide leg straddle, facing the feel good, do good. So just kind of pivot and stay low. That's it. Come to the fingertips, long spine, and then fold down the center. Yeah. So a few things to keep in mind. Your hands can walk in between the space between your 2 feet and kind of create chaturanga-like arms, okay? Your hands can reach the sides of your legs. You can hook the big toes. You can rest your arms. You go upside down if you feel confident. That's where you go. Anytime we drop our head below our heart like this, it's an inversion. Good. If you went up, you'll start to slowly separate your legs and come back down. Good. Everybody will come to their fingertips, long spine. And then you're just going to creep both your hands to the front skinny edge of the mat. Left foot will turn. Okay. Right heel will be up. You're in a low lunge with the left leg forward. Plant the hands down and step into plank. Lean on your right hand for Vashisthasana side plank. Yes. Now, modify with your knee down if that works best for you. I stagger the feet. That just feels better on my knee. Yeah. If you're going to modify, have the knee a little bit more underneath the hip so it gives you a little bit more stability. Watch that the top hip, that should be your left hip, isn't rolling open. Yeah, it's stacked over your bottom hip. Top arm can reach straight up or up and over. Nice position. Pause. Lean on your left hand. I like to bring left hand a smidgen forward and then roll. Great. The most advanced pose is not always the best option. So, you pick what works for you. Don't feel pressure. No yoga pressure. Top arm can reach up and forward if you want a little more. Plank position slow. Chaturanga push-up because you can. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Good things happen to good people. Slide the right knee forward, half pigeon. Half pigeon pose. If this doesn't work for you, please let me know. I can give you a different variation of this. Whatever you're feeling, just maybe you don't feel time to do that, so just breathe into it. Switch. Wherever you are, just switch sides. Stay in your kind of calm mind. You feel more on the side? Okay. You can pivot too and turn towards the wall and use this leg could be bent into the wall. Like you would have this foot making a 90-degree angle. You'd use the wall as a prop. Just giving you. No, like you turn yourself to face this wall. Try it. Just turn and then bend the leg. That's the right leg will look like this. to stabilize you. I don't know. Yes, you don't overdo it because I know nothing about that. There you go. So that way you're not, you could stay stabilized. 5 more breaths, guys. Oh, God, I might not get up. Good, right? Yeah. Okay, good, guys. Pull your torso up, come around nice and slow. Swing the right leg forward, both legs forward. Yep. Lay down on your backs. Lay down on your backs. Set up for bridge. Bend your knees. So the lower back is sensitive. Definitely use the blocks. You could like layer the floor with the blocks and your feet can pop up on them. Fingertips would skim the same way that you would set up regularly. Inhale the breath. Try and move on the exhale breath. Lift up and slide your arms underneath your low back. What are you feeling? Do you want to try the blocks? So the blocks set up just like you would do regular bridge. It's actually not any more intense. If anything, it's going to create more space. Yes. Brittany, it looks good. Just bring the blocks back like a couple inches closer to you so it's not overstretching. One more thing to think of. You could take your feet wider, like so it's less pinchy, like wider on the blocks. Yeah, and see how that works. Neck is neutral. Good. Exhale the breath, lower down. If you're resting on a block, you're welcome to just stay. You don't have to come down. Everybody else, we're going to reset for one more. Completing what you are doing with a full wheel or just staying as you are, okay? Inhale the breath. If you're going to go full wheel, flip the palms, chin to the chest, giant breath in, and on that exhale breath, lift up. There's no pressure to go further or deeper, so listen to what's happening. Looks beautiful. Nice job. Feet forward, inner thighs down and under, and lots of yummy space in the body. More importantly, in our mind. Exhale the breath, start to come out with control. When you lower down slowly, remove any objects out of the way, hug the knees to the chest, give them a very nice big yummy squeeze. And then reach for the blades of your feet, pull the knees down around the rib cage for a happy baby. Yeah. If you can't reach the feet, don't stress, just grab behind the thighs today. Good. If you can get hold of the feet or the sides of the shins, start to straighten the legs. You're on your back and you're like in a wide V. So the legs straighten. You may get to know your neighbor a little more. Yeah, that's okay. We're all friends in here. Keep the legs in a straddle. They may come a little closer together. That's fine. Reach the arms forward in a prayer and hold up. So you're doing a little core here. Neck is neutral. Yeah, when you do this exercise, you're not crunching your neck, you're working your core. So look straight up towards the sky. If it pulls on your neck, hands can go behind the head. Yeah. Legs are going to come together. That's hard for some of you, I know. Yes, legs together. No one got my joke. Legs together. Okay, legs together. Legs together, everybody. Okay, there we go. And the arms reach straight up towards the sky. Yeah. Lift everything up. There you go. So see if you can touch towards the sky, not towards the toes, towards the sky. So scooping out the belly. And then lower your legs down halfway and reach the fingers forward. Yes, neck neutral. Little thing, hug it in. I like a good old-fashioned spine twist. Take it over towards the left. You can add in any other variation of this. Yeah. Come up to center, relax the right leg out, hug the left knee and give it a squeeze, and then drop it over the other direction. Come up to center. Even everything out with a nice big squeeze, guys. And then let's set up together for Shavasana. Okay? Complete rest. Make yourself comfortable. I got it. Don't worry about it. Make yourself comfortable here. Props underneath your legs, your neck, something over your eyes. Take a big breath in. And then on the exhale breath, let everything drop. Yeah. The best part of the practice. Most challenging, but best part. Big breath in. Full exhale breath out. If you prefer finishing your practice just laying down, then do so. If you'd like to re-enter the world, arms reach up over the top of the head. Nice full body stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze. And then rock up any way that feels appropriate in your body and just sit up. See if you can keep your eyes shut for the final couple breaths. And just feel the effects the practice has on you. It's always changing. It's always growing. It's evolving. Hands come to prayer. Bow your head for a moment. Have some gratitude. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Have an awesome afternoon. We look forward to seeing you this week. The sun is shining. We'll take it here in New Jersey. Let me know if you have any questions.
My aunt is like so strong. I don't even like makes it.
See you Friday.
I've never tried anything.
Stop this.